This is it, everyone. It's crunch time. It's the end of the season. We have 2 games remaining, and if we win them both, we should earn ourselves a place in Europe. Hello everyone, and welcome back to a Selhurst Success Story, where we've reached a crunch stage of the season. There's 2 games left to go, and we need to win them both, really. We've got Brentford away in this game, and then we're at home to Leeds, who are the team directly above us in the table. If we look at the table, you can see that the top 7 places are highlighted. So I think that the top 7 will get a European place, which means as long as we finish above one of Leeds or Chelsea, we're in Europe next season. We did lose. We finally lost the game. We went 12 unbeaten up to the end of the last episode, and then we lost to already relegated Burnley. We travelled away to Burnley. They'd already been relegated before the game. They went 3-0 up in 33 minutes. They were 2-0 up after 18. Our defending was awful. Defending was proper piss poor. And then Odsonne Edouard had a hat-trick of goals disallowed by VAR. Bruno Petkovic finally got off the mark, finally scored his first goal in about 28 games. But it wasn't enough. We were a better team. We had more possession, more shots, higher XG. Couldn't find the target that much though. But a combination of extremely poor defending, poor finishing, and VAR meant that we suffered defeat. We did bounce back. Odsonne Edouard actually got a hat-trick of goals this time rather than a hat-trick of disallowed ones, in a 4-1 victory at home to Tottenham, which sets up the end of the season nicely. Victory over Brentford today should be enough to give us that top 7 finish, because that would put us 3 points ahead of Leeds. But we've got to play Leeds. So it's going to come down to that last game of the season. If we beat Brentford, we go 3 points clear, and we will only need a draw against Leeds. If we lose to Brentford, then not only will we remain level on points with Leeds, but Brentford will move level on points with us as well. Depending on the difference in score, like the scoreline against Brentford, they could jump ahead of us. And then it becomes a little bit complicated. But, like I said, the last game of the season against Leeds is probably going to be the clincher. But we've got to beat Brentford first. And that isn't going to be an easy task. The team to take on Brentford is one that will be very familiar to people who have watched previous episodes. Guaita in goal, Ward, Bailly, Anderson, Mitchell, Baba, Gallagher, Elise, Klozek, Petkovic and Edouard is the advance forward. It's the important time of the season. Like I said, a win here means that we'll go into our last day of the season needing just a draw. Defeat here could completely put us out of it, and will mean that our last game of the season is a must-win just to have any sort of chance. We haven't been the best away from home this season, but we have won some. I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest. A little bit nervous. Brentford are a good side. They've had a good season themselves. They're only 3 points behind us. And Ericsson is in here. Guaita spills it. And oh my lord! What has Tyreek Mitchell done? Guaita spilled the save. It was going wide for a corner. Mitchell, all he had to do was clear it away. He's tried to pass it back to the keeper and has passed it back to Ericsson. Look, what has he done here? Look, spills the... What's he done? What? Oh my... Why? Why would he do that? We're attacking here though. Edouard, Elise shot and just wide. I can't fathom why any player would have done that. Baba, Elise finds Slozek on the left. He gets a decent ball. And Petkovic, brilliant goal. Bruno Petkovic finally got off the mark against Burnley and now scores again. Fantastic finish. Baba picked out Elise. Elise, great first time pass over the top to Slozek. Slozek finds Petkovic. Petkovic, first time strike, left footed, top corner. And we're level. Brentford are going to... Yeah, Christian Norgard. We score a goal and we concede one pretty much straight after. All the time. It's becoming an issue. Our defence is an issue. Our defence and our goalkeeper have been an issue all season. It put us in the position at the beginning of the season where we were in a relegation battle, and now we're fighting for a place in Europe, and our defence is still championship level sometimes. Regardless of what happens for the rest of this season, and whether we get a place in Europe or not, the defence is number one on the list of priorities. And there's Elise through. Can he score? No, he can't. But he gets another go and it's cleared. See, we need a goalkeeper and defenders that can do that. Actually save chances and clear the ball. But our defending has been woeful for a while. And it's costing us. It's costing us dear because our attacking play is good. We can't rely on our defence and our goalkeeper. So, new goalkeeper and a strengthening of the defence is needed next season. It wasn't good enough. We got the second half to make amends. Corner, Elise. Petkovic. No. I'm going to take Tyrick Mitchell off. He's awful. He's been woeful in this game. He made that big mistake. I'm going to bring Jeffrey Schlupp on. Nev, our goalkeeper, finally remembers how to catch the ball. It's a long clearance. Edouard picks out Elise. Elise, come on. Clear. No. The finish was awful. And that was a great save. Their keeper is keeping him in it here. He might be someone we might look at for next season, to be honest. He's come up in a couple of scout reports, actually. We need to do something here. We definitely need to do something. We need to turn something, one attack, into a goal, because defeat makes us definitely outsiders for a place in Europe, whereas a victory puts us in pole position. There's Jeffrey Schlupp with a break down the left. Can he get a decent cross in? He does. Elise flicks it back and Edouard. No. Their defender throws himself in front of the ball as he defends with his life. Elise, Anderson, nothing coming from it. I don't know if making a sub is going to make any sort of difference. Our attacking players have all got over 7. Gallagher. Baba picks the ball up in the midfield. Can he lead a charge? Great ball to Flozek. Adam Flozek. And what's he done? We've hit the crossbar. He's offside anyway, but we've hit the crossbar. Move to attacking. We'll shout some more encouragement. Like I said, there's no point in making subs because everyone's playing okay. It's just poor defending. Poor defending. And our away form and our defending has let us down this season. And now we're going to the last game of the season in 7th place. Chelsea have got 2 games in hand on us, so we're probably going to drop down. They're only a point behind with a much better goal difference. So if Chelsea win one of those games or draw both, they go above us. It means that the game against Leeds is now a must win. A draw ain't good enough because our goal difference is worse. Chelsea are going to leapfrog both of us unless they lose both of their games in hand. So, a draw or a defeat to Leeds United on the last day of the season will see us miss out on a place in Europe, pretty much. A win, depending on what happens in Brentford's game, a win should see us secure a place in Europe. So, it's all or nothing against Leeds. Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the situation we're in. We play Leeds, the winner gets a place in Europe. If we draw, Leeds get the place in Europe. Well, that's unless Brentford can beat Liverpool. Basically, as we expected, Chelsea won their game in hand. They've leapfrogged everyone into 6th place. We go into the last game of the season at home to Leeds, level on points, but trailing by 4 on goal difference, so a draw isn't good enough. We must win this game and hope that we better Brentford's scoreline. If Brentford win, then we've got to win by more goals than what Brentford do. Simple, isn't it, really? Team selection. I've brought Gahey in for Bailly. Eric Bailly hasn't been playing well the last couple of games. He's made a few mistakes. And we had the orange line, which I think indicates a poor relationship. So we had the orange line between Anderson and Bailly. So I brought Gahey in for this game. Other than that, it's the team you've all come to expect. As we rely on the same players to try and get us a place in Europe. But only a win is good enough. Leeds are going to have the attack first here. And they hit the post and we managed to get it clear. I was thinking about dropping Tyrick Mitchell for this game after that mistake in the last one, but Jeffrey Schlupp got injured in training. So I didn't want to play Latomba over there because Latomba's naturally a right back, so I didn't want to put him on the left in an unfamiliar position. Brentford are losing, so they're not in the equation at the minute. And here's Flozek, who finds Gallagher. Gallagher's cross, and Bruno Petkovic has headed over the bar from about 3 yards out. And that miss could come back to haunt us. Passing it about at the back. Let's just try and keep possession. Let's not lose it. Flozek. Elise. I don't know what was happening there. Elise's about 4'2". He's not going to... I think he is anyway. But he's not going to score a header from 20 yards out, is he? And that's a poor pass from Edouard. Trying to get Elise through. But it's a poor pass, and now Leeds are going to hit us on the counter-attack, although their passing is as bad as ours. Long ball. Edouard. Yes! Edouard rounds the keeper. 19th goal of the season, it says there. I'll have to double check because that's sometimes wrong. But regardless, that could be his most important goal of the season. Route 1 football. Gaeta over the top. Edouard takes it down on his chest. Brings it inside the area. Goes to the left of the goalkeeper and puts it in the back of the net. And as it stands, we're going to qualify for Europe. But we need to make sure that we finish this job. Because an equaliser for Leeds puts them back in pole position. 7th place at the minute. And that's where I want us to stay. Here's Ward. Elise. Ward with a cross and the goalkeeper comes to claim it. Here's Hlozek. Cuts inside. Brilliant pass to Petkovic, and Petkovic, their goalkeeper, makes an absolute brilliant save. Great reaction save. Petkovic could have put the game pretty much to bed. Although, as I mentioned before, going 2-0 up doesn't necessarily guarantee a win. But Edouard has... let's not celebrate it. He's had so many goals disallowed this season for offside. Oh, it's been awarded. We're 2-0 up. Get in. I won't get too excited because I've said this before that he was nowhere near offside. I don't know where that even come from. Great header. But I've said it before, 2-0 isn't necessarily a win in Football Manager. And there Petkovic gives it away, but so does their attacker. Gallagher picks out Elise on the right. Goes back to Ward. Baba. Looking for the opening. Can't seem to find the opening, so we go back to the goalkeeper, who hits it long. Elise brings it down to Baba. Edouard. Elise is free down the right. Can he get a decent cross in? He does. Petkovic. Can't find the target. And with 20 minutes left, just over 20 minutes left, we're 2-0 up, but it could go either way still this game. If we can score again, then I can't see a way back for Leeds. If they get the next goal, there's Edouard, and just wide. If they get the next goal, then it could be the curse of the 2-0 all over again. Brentford are well out of contention. They're 4-0 down. And their chances of European football are all over. And ours is in our own hands here. Petkovic, Gallagher to Elise, edge of the area, and that's 3-0. Michael Elise, 12th goal of the season. Absolute scorcher from the edge of the area. And it's Crystal Palace 3, Leeds United 0. And European qualification is ours. Unless something dramatically goes wrong in this game. Michael Elise has been an absolute star this season. He's coming to his own. And there's Gallagher over Hlozek. Can't get the cross in. I thought he was going to get a cross in, and we were going to be on the celebration trail. Although there's only 5 minutes left in this game, I can't see Leeds getting 3 goals in 5 minutes. I could change and do something a little bit more defensive, but I'm not going to. Here's Gallagher, Petkovic, Baba, Edouard, Elise, Hlozek turns. Can he get the cross in? Back to Mitchell, Gallagher from the edge of the area, and a fantastic save from their goalkeeper. Their goalkeeper doesn't deserve to be on the losing side today. He has been absolutely brilliant. we're going to bring Eze on for Flozek. We don't really need to change much, to be honest. We're going to make changes anyway, just to run down the clock a little bit, I think. And this has been a fantastic final day performance. 30 shots on goal, 16 on target, an XG of 2.65, 53% of the possession, 9 corners, 3 goals, and qualification for Europe, I think. And there is confirmation of a 7th placed finish thanks to a 3-0 win on the last day of the season. And Crystal Palace qualify for the Europa Conference League by securing a 7th place finish in the Premier League. And to anyone who watched any of the previous episodes of this, when I said, what would you consider to be a Selhurst success story? For anyone who said Crystal Palace qualifying for Europe, well, we've achieved it. We've achieved that success already. Their manager's blaming VAR. We've received £27 million for achieving 7th place in the Premier League. We've qualified for Europe. I'm on an A+. I'm doing an unbelievable job. And I'm over the moon. Over the absolute moon. At one stage, I thought I was going to be heading for an early sack in this series. We were struggling at the bottom of the table, or near the bottom of the table. We went into a game against Norwich, which was basically looking like a relegation 6-pointer. And then I've changed up the formation, made a couple of really good signings, and we just went on an absolutely fantastic run. I think we've lost 2 of our last 16 in the season in the league. So that sort of run, you're gonna shoot up the table. I didn't quite expect us to finish as high as we did. I said about 10th or 11th I would be over the moon with. But we've qualified for Europe in our first season. And now it's about strengthening, pushing on, and possibly challenging for the top 4 next season. Might be a little bit ambitious. But you got to have ambition, ain't you? If you've enjoyed that, please leave a like, comment below, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to know when future videos are released. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.